Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 Premium SPG, otherwise known as a leFhy, a leaf blower, or a leFH if you happen to be Niggles. This one is located on the south spawn of Province, and it's under the command of Zefnar. Now he's backing into the bushes. He needs some cover. He's one of the faster firing Artys in the game. Oh, he knocked over a tree now. Now I wouldn't normally say hide behind a tree that you've knocked down, because that's almost a giveaway to the enemy that there's somebody there, and they might fire behind the tree just to find out what's there, what's hiding. Well, he's spotted a bishop, and he's just gone behind that rock, and he's going to have to pull back if he wants to shoot, because he's just too close to that rock to shoot. We know where he is now. It looks like he's trying to get down into the center to try and shoot at our guys on our side. In the meantime, we can see an AMX1375's come up one of the roads leading up to the top. Dialing in. Zefnar's lined up a shot. He fires one in, but it doesn't hit the 1375. There's a Panzer Mark 4H there as well. Oh, Panther M10. Direct hit on his turret, 411 hit points. Now that was a penetrating shot, and the reason I know that is the alpha damage for this gun is 410, and it penetrates 53mm of armor with a burst radius of just under 2 meters. So for him to get as much as he did off the Panther, it must have been a penetrating round. Okay, he's lining up a shot on the M4, just misses it. He'll reload momentarily. His reload time is 7.85 seconds, but he's lost sight of that M4. He fires another one in blind, and unfortunately he doesn't get a hit. Okay, that M10's come up quite a long way, and he's now up almost on that corner, trying to get round. We can actually see the tanks who are coming up the slip road. He was just too close to that M10 to loop the shell over the building, and it hit the building on the corner. Okay, on the other side of the battlefield, we've got a Churchill 7, and he's getting very close to our guys. I think Zefnar might be able to get around into the side of him. He fires one in and just misses him. It was a close shot. We've lost sight of that Churchill 7. Now he's in sight. Okay, now he can line up a shot and put one into that Churchill 7. Rounds out. This looks good. Very good. 138 hit points. It's a tracking shot. Non-penetrating, but it certainly did slow that Churchill down. He's on fire. He's well on fire. Ah, that shell fell short. Zefnar had to turn slightly to the right to re-aim. Fires another one in. Just misses the Churchill. He's not getting much luck with some of these shots. They're virtually fully dialed in, and that one hit the tracks. Hit the tracks on one side. The EMX CLC senses a kill, drives in and takes it, and he's got the 90mm gun. Over in front of us, we've got an M4A1 and an AMX 1375. Well, the M4A1 has taken some damage already. If this hits it, oh yes, it is a kill shot. The Panzer Mark 4's managed to make it up here as well. He's hiding behind that house at the moment, and he goes down, taken out by the AMX CLC from the other side of the battlefield. He's now going for the AMX 1375. That light tank pulls back behind that corner. Now he's got a 75mm gun, that light tank. That round hits the rubble, or is it the rocks alongside that wall. We've lost sight of him. He could be coming up on us. The view range for this Arty is 390 meters, but there is a house in between us and the target, so we're relying on our teammates to spot for us, and most of them are pulled around the corner to avoid being shot by the 1375. So he might have moved by now. Okay, an enemy target's been seen on the other side of the map. It's a Stug. He goes down. Okay, a Striv M42, which is a Swedish medium, dialed in, rounds out. This should hit. Oh, and it goes long. How could that go long? I think Wargaming's playing with us at the moment. Bad RNG here. SU-152 fires around in ahead of him, and it just hits the ground and doesn't penetrate the armor. Going for the Type 64. That's better. That one was bang on target. 117 tracks him. He's going for the follow-up shot. Rounds out. This should kill. Or no, it actually hits the SU-152, would you believe it? Not the Type 64, who pulled back, I think, because the tree went down. There's the SU-152. Yes, the Type 64 pulled away. Now we can get a hit into the rear of the SU-152. And we hit his front, actually. 161. Keep going. AMX1375 is getting closer. But Zefnar's getting good hits on that SU-152. He's going for the Type 64. Leading shot. Fires the round in. And no, doesn't get a kill. The SU-152 is sitting on that corner there. We can hit him. Rounds out. Just misses him. I could tell that one was going to miss. Didn't give enough lead on the target. He's firing into the bushes. And the SU-152 pulls out of the bushes just in time to avoid the shot. Okay, fires around at the SU-152, doesn't get a hit. The AMX1375 is going after our Gorilla and takes him out. Zefnar's getting ready to auto-aim. He fires one in and misses. He's backing up. He's only got 14 rounds of ammo left, but here comes the 1375. And he loads in time to blast the 1375 at close range. He did take a round, but it was only 38 hit points from that 75mm gun. He was very lucky, and that's just dodged a shot from the enemy Arty. The Gorilla, I don't think the Bishop can shoot this far. And now he's got 3 enemy tanks hiding behind those houses. He's going for the SU-152 first. Fires one in, gets a hit. I think he wants to get that Tiger next, which is best thing to do. Expedite the tanks. You can definitely see the Type 64 takes a hit. Can he take a shot and get that guy on the move? Lines him up. Oh, he stopped. Fires another round in. Oh, badly damages him. He's a one shot now. 108 hit points. He's now only got 6 left. Puts a shot ahead of his path and gets the splash kill. Tiger 1 now. Lining up a shot, fires it. Unfortunately, Tiger moves just in time to avoid the shell. He's only got 8 shells left now. Zefnar, he needs to conserve his ammo. He needs to only fire at tanks he can definitely see. The Tiger 1 is now spotted. He fires a round in. The Tiger moves into the shot and takes the round for 176. Okay, can he get another one in? That was a little late. He's going to have another try. Wait until the target's... And he's fully... Oh, he was immobilized for a second. Unfortunately, the shell falls short again. And Wargaming, that is really appalling RNG, considering it was a stationary target and fully dialed in. And again, the Tiger dodges the shot. Zefnar's only got 4 rounds left now. He needs to get this one on target into the rear of the Tiger. Rounds out. Yes! 394, potential high caliber. Now, if only that ELC can get a 90mm round on target. Oh, he doesn't need to. Zefnar got him. So that's the 4th kill for Zefnar. There's only 1 light tank left on the enemy team. It's a Type 64 and both of their Artys. Now, I think that was a shell from their Gorilla trying to do a counter battery. The Bishop just can't fire that far. If he's up the other end of the map, like I believe he is, then he just can't shoot that far. I have the feeling the Bishop is somewhere in the center, in the valley, shooting up at our side. You just don't know where that Type 64... Oh, the Type 64 is behind him! And he rams into Zefnar and dies in the process. But because it was a Type 64, which is a Tier 6 light tank, and he rammed into a Tier 5 Arty, Zefnar ends up with a Kamikaze medal. And I believe that's a cold-blooded medal as well, because he killed 2 Arty at close range, or 2 light tanks at close range. Which means the enemy team only has that Gorilla and the Bishop. Now the Gorilla is quite a good little Arty, but I don't think he can take on 2 light tanks at the same time. and get away with it. If they both swarm into that area, one of them is going to kill the gorilla, if not both of them. The ELC's doing the scouting run. The MT-25's holding back because he doesn't want to get shotgunned. It's a pity we're not following the ALC. Oh, right now it looks like the Bishop may have driven all the way down the other end of the battlefield. And so maybe he was fairly close, because I think he was down in the valley. And he may have driven all the way up the other end to shoot at Zefnar. Okay, you're not going to see him from there. There's only one in the cap. We know it's an Arty, but I think it's the Bishop. The question is, where is the gorilla? He's the more dangerous of the two, because he's got the 15cm gun. Although Bishops are still very, very powerful. If they shotgun you at close range, you're going to feel it, because it's got a 4.5-inch gun. And we still can't see him. Now, has the 6th sense gone off on the MT-25? Not yet. Which means the Bishop is probably behind that rock. And that's why he wasn't spotted. There's the Bishop. Oh, it wasn't the Bishop. So it is definitely the gorilla who's in the cap area. He's taking care of the Bishop first before he goes after the gorilla. I think you need to get that reset, MT-25. The ELC will be able to deal with the Bishop. Oh, the ELC's been killed by the gorilla. Means the gorilla's unloaded because he's just fired, which makes him an easy target. That's the reset. One shot in, two shots in. This is for the kill, yes. And now it's just to kill that the Bishop. And he's not going down. He's actually moving up here, so he can spot him from up high. The Bishop tried to fire at him. Now, where is that Bishop? Is he amongst those bushes? If he is... Oh, there he is. And one shot's enough to take him out and wins the game. So, let's have a look at the end of battle stats and we'll see how this one panned out. And here's the end of battle results. It's an ace tank of a Zefnar in the 105 leFH18B2. He did get a cold-blooded. He took out two light tanks at very close range, less than 100 meters. And even though one of them actually killed him by ramming into a heavy tank. You don't ram a heavy tank with a light tank. You're always going to come off worse if you're the light tank, yes. So you should never do that. And a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 5 in total. A kamikaze for taking out an enemy vehicle with a RAM, and it must be at least 1 tier higher. And of course it was the Type 64 which rammed into Zefnar, but of course in dying he actually gave Zefnar a medal and a duelist bag for taking out 2 tanks who damaged him, an eye for an eye because he died in the process of killing the Type 64, and a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 15 in total. He got a Gore's medal for doing more damage than 10 times the hit points of his own vehicle, and he also got the High Caliber for dealing the most damage in that game overall. And his win rate from the battle was 8688, which is very high, Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, there you go. Look at that. Highest damage, 2,502 hit points. The next high scorer was the guy who rammed himself to death against the side of his hull. 2,001 hit points for the Type 64. And after that, it was the MT-25 with 1696, the last man alive. Got a Pascucci's and a Defender. When it came to kills, again, it's Zefnar with 5 kills. The AMX ELC managed 4 and the MT-25 managed 3. And when it came to base XP, well, Zefnar's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,176 base experience points to Zefnar, 1126 for the AMX ELC and 1,062 for the MT-25. Zefnar fired 40 rounds. He only had 2 rounds left in his magazine at the moment the Type 64 appeared. 14 direct hits, 5 penetrations on the enemy, and 20 splash. Damage of 2,502 hit points, of which 2,241 were at more than 300 meters. He received 2 hits from the enemy, one of which was a penetration, and 2 by way of splash damage. And of course, the 1 penetration was from the earlier tank, the AMX 1375, who fired 1 into him. But the AMX, the Type 64 just rammed into the side of the vehicle, which was a big mistake for that Type 64. 8 enemy vehicles damaged, 5 killed, and 194 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he earned 55,047 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupply, took away 48,376 credits. He got 4 bonds for that battle for the Gore's medal and the High Caliber, and 1,764 XP times 2 for the first victory, 3,528 for completing the mission, 706 for this being a premium vehicle, took away 7,762 experience points altogether. So very well done there by Zefnar. He certainly deserved those medals. In fact, actually, those shots that he did fire, and he was running desperately short of ammunition towards the end of the game, but taking out that Tiger with that shot, that was a very, very good one indeed. And killing 2 light tanks who were trying to kill him, well, cold-blooded medals are far more difficult to earn nowadays because of the reduction in power of the Arty guns. Yes, Wargaming has made it incredibly difficult to actually earn one of these medals, so extra well done for Zefnar for getting one of these. If you enjoyed this replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and thank you for watching.